Risk is a part of everyday life. From driving to work, to pouring a cup of hot coffee, to making daily financial decisions. Almost every choice you make involves some risk. In this lesson, you will learn ways to evaluate, manage, and reduce your personal risk. Risk is a chance of loss, injury, or something not going according to plan. Taking risk might cause you to lose money, leave you unable to work, or lead you to miss out on something you really want. Most people choose to take risk when the potential reward is more motivating than the possibility that a decision will not work out in their favor. There are ways to manage risk, but a certain amount will always be present. Since most things we do involve risk, it's important to identify the hazards of various situations and understand strategies to manage the risks you take. There are four main ways to manage risk: risk retention, avoidance, sharing, and reduction. Risk retention is when you accept a given danger and prepare for scenarios where things don't go as you had hoped. When you choose to retain the risk, you must accurately determine the potential consequences and have a contingency plan in place to overcome those consequences if an undesirable scenario occurs. For example, you choose not to purchase insurance on your cell phone because you haven't broken your last 5 phones, and you have enough money to buy a new phone if it does break. That's an example of risk retention. Risk avoidance is another risk management technique. Here you avoid becoming involved in the situation to avoid risk exposure. Maybe there's a dangerous part of town you avoid after dark, or a busy freeway you choose not to drive on. These are examples of risk avoidance. It's important to note that every financial decision you make involves risk. You can never avoid all hazards, but you can choose to take only those chances where you feel the rewards are worth the risk. Risk reduction refers to taking measures to lower the overall risk posed by a given situation. You may choose to limit the chances of identity theft by shredding your account statements, minimize investment losses by having an exit plan in place, or reduce the possibility of your bank account incurring penalties by keeping accurate records. Improving your personal finance knowledge is another example of risk reduction. So continue to pay close attention to the lessons in this video. Risk sharing is where you take measures to distribute potential perils among other people or organizations. Insurance is an example of risk sharing. When you purchase insurance, you transfer some of the risk to the insurance company, which in turn shares the risk with a larger group. For instance, when you purchase a car insurance, you share your risk of getting in an accident with all the other people insured by the company. To illustrate the 4 different types of risk management, let's look at the situation where you have an investment opportunity that offers potential for you to either double your money or lose your entire investment. If you choose to make the investment, this is an example of risk retention. If you choose not to make the investment, that would be risk avoidance. If you take measures to limit your losses to 25% and then make the investment, that is a risk reduction. If you pull together some money from friends to make the investment together, that would be risk sharing. The book, Risk Happens, states that things go wrong. The real world will not respect your hopes, plans, or expectations. The good news is that when you recognize potential risks before they occur and plan out your response, you minimize the life risk you face. This lesson will help you prepare, so complete the activities below now.